these guys one was actually born in captivity and one came in as an orphan, and they're both about 20 years old. So this is kind of all that they know, and they had no physical problems. They were just orphans that came in as really young animals. So this is kind of, for them, this is what normal would be. So we're going to have to get them a little bit more used to what the natural environment in Florida is going to be. So it'll take them a bit of time to get used to that, and Lowry Park will go ahead and condition those guys for that particular purpose. They'll make sure that they get used to the natural vegetation in Florida as opposed to romaine lettuce in here that they get fed. Obviously, they're not going to have romaine lettuce in Florida. They're going to have seagrass and those kind of things, water hyacinth. So they'll get them conditioned over the next 3 or 4 or 5 months to those different kind of vegetations and to that habitat, and then to go ahead and release slip actually in late winter, early spring.
Oh, great. If you guys return,
I'm ready.
It's actually much easier to ship them with no water in there. Obviously, water's a lot of weight, and sloshing around is difficult. So these guys basically go into a foam padded crate, and we keep them moist, and they're perfectly content with that situation.
throw them over. Throw them over.
You know, as long as you keep their skin moist, they're actually perfectly fine. Manatees will obviously beach themselves from time to time, and come out of the water to bask as well. So being out of the water for them for a couple hours, being moist is perfectly fine.
Let's go.
Once they get out of water, typically they'll find a comfortable spot either on their belly or on their back, and then typically they'll stay there for a period of time. But then of course they get anxious and want to reposition themselves, and then they'll go ahead and do that. But for the most part, they're less mobile out of water than like a walrus would be or a sea lion.
Tell me when I clear that gate.
It's also nice to see these guys go back to where they belong and back in their natural habitat, and that's part of what the whole program is. The whole program is to get these guys rehabilitated and to put them back in Florida where they come from.
Doing great. Just took a nice big breath, so in great shape.
On one hand, it's kind of sad to see them go. On the other hand, it's nice to see them be released and be part of the program and help the species out in Florida.